LTV Action Sports is brought to you in part through the generous support of these Leominster sponsors. MP Crowley Company Incorporated, www.mpcrowleyinc.com.
Leominster High School, just a little bit of snow and slush outside, but we've got basketball on the hardwood inside the gym tonight. Girls basketball takes center stage here on a Friday night here on RFM, and great to have you along with us. Leominster brings their 3-2 overall record through their first 5 games and into their second game this week, coming off of a Tuesday loss at home against Shepherd Hill by a 42-39 score. Into the gym tonight as they host an undefeated Wolves program from Nashoba Regional. 3-0 through the end of 2022. This will be their first game in calendar year 2023 for Coach Tina Seabury's Wolves. A 42-37 win against that same Shepherd Hill team that Leominster lost to on Tuesday to open the season for Nashoba. Then a 65-38 win over Marlborough, and then on the road at Concord Carlisle just before the holiday break, 60-53. The final score, 3-0, is Nashoba Regional coming into this one tonight. We welcome you to our courtside broadcast position, and Happy New Year to you and yours. Todd Robbins alongside Bill Thomas. Kate Robbins will join us from RFM HQ coming up in a matter of moments. It's great to have you back with us here as we begin calendar year 2023 here on RFM with basketball, and we're looking forward to it as well. We welcome those of you that are joining us on our partners Leominster TV as well as we get ready for action tonight. Great to have you along with us, whether you're joining us on YouTube, Facebook Live, or Twitch the world over, or Leominster TV in delay. Bill Thomas, here we go. It's Leominster and Nashoba in what will be an exciting matchup, and for Leominster, it's going to be a question of, can Coach Rusty Frederick's starting 5 build momentum offensively? They're a team that can certainly get the stops defensively, but can they build the momentum offensively to push this number up? They need to get themselves somewhere to that range of 40 to keep themselves competitive.
Yeah, Todd, I couldn't agree more. We talked a little bit briefly pregame. 40 seems to be the top end of the magic number early in the season here for the Lady Blue Devils, and I think to be successful tonight, granted, they have been playing some great defense, limited possessions, and holding the opponents down too, especially in their wins, some close games. But I don't think 30 to 35 is going to get it done tonight. The Nashoba girls team's coming in undefeated, and they have a veteran starting lineup, even though they've lost one of their starters, and we'll touch on that. I think they've come for bear tonight, and they've got to have some early season success, and this is the biggest test so far early season for the Lady Blue Devils.
Bill Thomas, you alluded to the injury. Lila Cotter, we have been advised by Coach Tina Seabury, will not start tonight, will not be available for the Wolves due to a recent injury, believes to be an ACL tear. So Cotter's uncertain for the remainder of the season, but certainly not available for the Wolves tonight. And although we have limited scoring numbers from Midwatch B, thanks to the Worcester Telegram, there was some limited reporting in Midwatch B. What we can tell you from Nashoba is that Cotter, in the 2 games that they have recorded, averaged 8.5 points, had a total of 17 through those 2 games, won 3, 6 field goals, and 4 free throws. So Bill Thomas certainly taking some offense out of there, taking some height out of the lineup as well.
Yeah, but, I'm sure Nashoba looks like they're loaded as far as bench players, too. I'm looking at plenty of height out there. The skill level and the senior maturity and the veteran leadership that she brought to the floor, that's a hard spot to fill. But I'm sure up and down the bench, whoever's going to be called on to fill those sneakers, they're going to put their best foot forward. And it might take more than one player in a bench rotation to really fill her spot tonight on the Nashoba side.
And for this Wolves team, it's a team that has been playing together for the entirety of their youth basketball. This is sort of the culmination of their time together as we're starting to see more and more and more, and that culmination has paid off in that group coming together and reaching their, of course, senior season.
Yeah, and it's good to see. You like to see a group of kids that play together, stay together, and then, later on, the second, third, fourth years of their careers as a group, they start seeing that success that they achieved at the earlier levels as a group, mature out of one level, and then work your way up the next level, and I think that's what we're seeing here.
Meanwhile, for Leominster, we mentioned the situation points-wise where they were going to need to stack those points up, and those points have been coming hot and heavy from Juliana Pompey, who's had a phenomenal start to this campaign. 10.6 points per game, the average per the Worcester Telegram. She's got 20 field goals, 53 total points, Bill Thomas, in the 5 games that Leominster has played to this point in time, and that says an awful lot about the offensive capability. So if you're Leominster, you're looking to get the ball to Pompey, who's been the hot hand in your 5 games thus far.
Yeah, but the problem is the opponent knows who's the hot hand too. When you only have one hot hand, you really got to have that second and third hand step up, and I'm looking at Frankie Bello or Mia looking to take some of the pressure off of Pompey, because Nashoba is going to focus on her. I'm not sure what kind of defense they're going to double, maybe run a zone, but they're going to focus on her and make somebody else beat them tonight.
Kate Robbins joins us from RFM HQ. Kate, good evening. Great to have you along with us as well. Billy and I have been talking about this Leominster and Nashoba matchup. It's a great rivalry series. You call it the 117 series, if you will, as it has been year in and year out. This is certainly an exciting matchup that we're in for here, and it's going to be a question of, can Leominster go with Nashoba's offense when they take off on those offensive runs?
Well, and I think you're absolutely right about that. It's going to be very interesting to see how these two teams are going to match up tonight. As you said, not necessarily a traditional rival like a Leominster-Fitchburg matchup, but you do have a situation in which these teams, being so proximal to one another geographically, they clearly know what the other one is doing. So keeping tabs on one another all year long, great matchup between these two. So as you said, although Pompey has had a hot hand, it's going to be a necessity for Leominster to try to get the ball to a number of people, get a number of people on the offensive score sheet. Otherwise, this could be a difficult matchup.
And Kate, for Leominster, we were talking about Juliana Pompey, but Bill Thomas also pointed to somebody like Frankie Bello, who's got the height inside and is going to be forced to compete against power forwards that are going to be able to match her in height, also in physical ability.
No, you're right about that. The bigs in the paint are going to are basically going to be the difference maker. I've been impressed by this Leominster team in the early going, that having a player that's been as dynamic for them over the last several years as Nevard going down in the early part of the season, that we've seen some of these other names that we've heard from time, over the last couple of years really step up into leadership roles. So that's been phenomenal to see. But as you said, it's going to be not just about perimeter shooting for these teams. They're going to have the dynamicism to be able to drive the lane, get in the paint. What I want to see out of Leominster is a lot of physicality. They're going to need to tap into that in order to be successful.
Indeed they will, and the question will be, can they go with that physical style of play? And Nashoba has the ability to beat you both inside the post and the ability to beat you from the outside as well. Kate will be standing by at RFM HQ all night long. She'll have the stats for us. We'll keep dipping back in as well. And Kate, there's also some great scores and games that will be going on out there as well. And so particularly on the other side of things, the boys' side of things, where Leominster travels to Nashoba in a big matchup tonight as well. We'll see if we can dip in and get a score from you thanks to social media as the night continues as well.
Message received, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. That's Kate Robbins back at RFM HQ. Todd Robbins and Bill Thomas here courtside tonight. And Billy, we've been talking about these two teams and trying to kind of set where they are. And they're two teams that I think find themselves in a position where they would be pleased in this early going of the season. Certainly to be 3-0 if you're Nashoba, can't complain about that situation. And from Leominster's side of things, 3-2 through 5 games, played some quality opponents in there, did some learning in some matchups you lost, and have used those in games that you've won. Yeah, and to learn and grow without one of your 5 starters who you were preseason, we're going to rely on heavily here as the season went on, and this is about Nevad. But they've done a good job building around her absence, I think. And once again, much like Nashoba's going to have to deal with one of their starters missing now, senior starter, they're going to have to build around and build off of that injury with other players. And I think Rusty's done a great job filling behind this injury.
and to come out 3-2 early season here, I don't think he could have asked for anything better.
And Leominster will go with their usual starting five. We're going to meet the starters, the national anthem, and then tip-off is next. It's Leominster and Nashoba from the gym at Leominster High School right here, live on RFM, on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch, and in delay with our partners at Leominster TV. Stay with us. This is high school basketball right here on RFM. And with that, we're ready for basketball on a Friday night here on RFM. Great to have you along with us. Todd Robbins with Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins back at RFM HQ tonight. And with our partners at Leominster TV, Bradley Bedard bringing you the pictures tonight in delay on Leominster TV. Great to have you along with us tonight. Hopefully going to be an exciting matchup between these two schools, Nashoba and Leominster. What has been, Bill Thomas, in the past, a fun rivalry between these two teams. And again, two teams that are going to look to push. And as I said to Kate, Nashoba's going to go on a run. The question is, can Leominster stick with that run?
Yeah, and I think this has become a rivalry that people are looking forward to. I tell you, I saw a bigger crowd in the JV game than I've seen in some of the varsity games. And, the fans are turning out. This 117 rivalry, it's not just the only Fitchburg's not the only rival in town. And I think that's coming to fruition. And this is one building right here.
And tap is up and away we go, and Leominster controls the tip-off, and we'll go left to right here in the first half of action. Leominster wearing the home white tops, white bottoms trimmed in royal blue and white. The Blue Devil running over the varsity L on either side of the shorts. This is Caldwell. Caldwell with the right hand dribble, stops just off the arc. Bello tries to thread the needle, stopped by a triple team. Bounce from Kelly, inside for Bello, 7 to shoot, and that possession will end with a steal for Emily Quinn.
Yeah, one too many passes there, Todd. They worked the ball inside nicely. Didn't get a shot out of it, though.
Quick off the turnover and into the front court. This is Toth. Toth finds Quinn and then comes long cross court to Honig. Just about a minute gone by in a scoreless first quarter. Honig tries to find the cutter, and Caldwell will step in. Teams exchange turnovers.
Nice anticipation right there. Worked their way around to the front.
Caldwell finds Kelly. Kelly inside for Bello. Bello double team. Pompey slashes. Hits the side of the backboard. It was deflected. It will stay with Leominster. 22 to shoot on the possession. Pompey for Bello, off that inbound and taken away by Bandini.
Using her height right there.
The sophomore Bandini, the forward, stepping in for Lila Cotter, which Coach Tina Seabury tells us is a potential ACL tear. This is Quinn, down the left side of the lane, catches part of the rim, and the rebound comes down for Bello.
Hope that one block doesn't make Bello shy, though. You got to continue to attack the paint.
Bello
nice
screen,
job on the pick.
Rolls down the lane. No find on the pass by either Kelly or Caldwell. 18 to shoot on the possession. Both offenses being a bit choosy here in the early going. Just about 2 minutes gone by in a scoreless first quarter. Keenan not afraid to throw one up. Gets the back of the basket support. Battle to the floor, kept in bounds by Bandini. To Honig, up floor, finds Toth. Open layup, laid in and good, and Nashoba's got the first score of the night.
Nice job right there. Good body control. Good stand-up defense by the Leominster, but found a way to absorb some contact and get it in.
Passing the 5:40 mark here in quarter number one. Caldwell, bounce for Pompey. Pompey, slash and dish, finds the jumper from Bello on the right wing. Not there, long rebound, run down by Quinn.
Good look with the bounce passes there. Got a nice look, just couldn't get it to go.
Bill Thomas has an affinity for the bounce.
I love the bounce pass, Todd.
Create off the bounce.
It's one of the prettiest plays, a clean bounce pass. Finding its mark.
16 to shoot. The deflection finds Bandini in the left wing. Now to an open Quinn straight away. Front rim on the 3 attempt, but Bandini the rebound, and the possession continues for the Wolves. Corner, this is Cotter. Up for the 3 left side, doesn't go. Rebound for Caldwell. Caldwell up floor, finds Kelly. Open for the lay-in, was bothered just a little bit by Cotter. Coming in the back door, and Kelly missed everything. And it's another open-ended possession for Leominster. Honig pulls up, 3 on the right side. A long rebound, and Bandini keeps it at the timeline. Little disarray for the Wolves here on an open possession. Honig Sends it into the corner. Finds Cotter. Cotter feeds the cutter. It's Toth. Finishes the lay-in plus the foul.
Yeah, she missed the first cutter, but didn't miss the second cutter. Nice finish at the rim there.
First foul billed to Leominster.
That one goes against Kelly.
It does. 4:29 to play here in the first. Toth to complete the three-point play, not able to successfully convert. And the rebound down for Bello. Early going, 4-0 Wolves over Blue Devils here at the gym at Leominster High School on a Friday night. This is Keenan, tries to find Pompey, corrals the pass behind her, got front rim, top rim, and it doesn't fall for Leominster.
Good look, just no luck.
Cotter following the play up floor, gets the cross-court skip. And now it's Toth. Toth, the flash for Quinn. Quinn to the left-hand dribble and collides with Caldwell, and Caldwell's called for the block.
A little purpose foul there maybe, Todd. Didn't look like much, but let's get them out of the way early.
Coach Frederick will go to the bench. Kyra Forsberg will join the action, spelling Kelly. Honig off a screen, three from straight away, and she buries it. And it's an opening 7-0 run for the Wolves, and here comes that question we talked about off the top, Bill Thomas. Can Leominster go with them? Right now it's a 7-0 run, and Leominster's not there.
All right, where are the points going to come from? Well, they haven't come from anywhere yet, Todd.
Forsberg swings for Pompey, around for Keenan, three away, and she hits.
Good job breaking the ice right there.
Yeah.
Not that the Blue Devils haven't had some good looks. They have. Just had a lid on the basket up to this point.
It was a response they had to have, and they got it.
Absolutely.
Back down floor.
Good luck.
Bandini finds the cutter in Toth. Not able to convert the lay-in. This is Caldwell. Caldwell with the right-hand dribble. Drops it for Bello, dribbling right. Now has to reverse direction. She goes Pompey, Forsberg, goes long court and finds Caldwell on the bounce. Caldwell, three, knew it was off the market release, and Bandini got the rebound. And then the foul on the rebounding action called on Forsberg, even though she was on the receiving end of a forearm.
Yeah, I think she had a hold of that forearm, though, Todd, before she got a piece of it. That's what the official saw. She was hanging on.
Leominster accrues 3 fouls at the 2:49 mark here in the first. Within striking distance at 4 and a 7-3 Nashoba lead. This is Honig. Go to the low left block, find Toth. Back to Bandini, swing corner Honig. Honig puts the ball on the floor, swing it back around, Quinn from straight away. Quinn with the left-hand dribble, slash down the left side of the lane, lay in good.
Pretty exchange right there. Finds a path to the basket.
And 9-3 is the opening run for the Wolves.
Nashoba making it look easy.
Bello. Now for Forsberg. Cross court skip, find Keenan. Keenan off the screen from Pompey. Now Pompey rolls and gets the pass. Tight quarters there, working from far away from the basket. To the right corner, Caldwell. One-on-one working against Quinn.
Nice
Bello
right
splits. Shot was deflected, got glass. Bello runs it down, 4 to shoot, and the bailout foul will benefit Leominster.
Yeah, Bello in close there, but choosing to kick it back out. Good rebound in action, but she had a nice little pick and roll right there. Got a nice lob. Just couldn't convert.
1:55 to play here in the opening quarter, a 9-3 opening run for Nashoba.
You know, you wonder how much that early block by Bandini might have affected some trajectory right there on that shot.
And that is clocked as a shooting foul, so that will send Bello to the line to shoot 2. Got the first one to go.
Good job. Nashoba goes to his bench. They don't lose much in height, that's for sure, Todd.
Indeed, they do not.
They bring in taller girls. Might be underclass, but they're bringing in more height.
Bello goes 1 of 2 on the trip. Forsberg ties up Bandini on the rebound. Alternate possession favors Nashoba. 1:54 to play here in the first, and Honig will carry across the timeline. Nashoba wearing the forest green top, forest green bottoms, trimmed in gold and white. Honig fakes right, comes back left, pull up for 3, doesn't go. Deflected rebound, and first into the game, Sabina Marwa, first touch of the basketball. Marwell for Caldwell. Caldwell now Forsberg. Back for Caldwell at the 92nd mark here of the first quarter. Caldwell to Forsberg, screened off Bello, and then Forsberg dribbles back top of the key and foul on the pass. And you can see right now what they're trying to do to Bello. It's going to be a double team every time into the post, and then at this point where they're getting in trouble is reaching across as Bello's trying to receive the pass.
Yeah, and I mean, if it's going to lead to foul trouble for some of the Wolves' interior defenders, so be it. But I think that's going to be the game plan we're going to see by the Wolves going forward. Just drop in, double, and dare them to shoot from outside.
Pompey slash left, circle back, find Bello. Bello now calls for the screen, gets loose, offset screen, find Forsberg, then screens for, tried to screen and roll, and it was swatted down by Pribala.
Big mismatch underneath, though. They got what they want, but Nashoba able to work its way back in.
Pompey bounce entry into Bello, back out, Pompey, open three from straight away, and it is good. They call it a 2 on the board. It's 9-6. She was stepping up toward that arc. Clearly must have had a toe across. 37 seconds left here in the first, and a drive to the lane for Honig draws the foul, and Honig's got 2 shots coming up at the line. .36 3/10 left here in the first quarter. Be about a 1-second differential once the action resumes on the shot clock.
Forsberg with the foul. That's her second in this first quarter, Todd.
That one
watch
does
that.
not go for Honig. Hard in and outs. Honig, ball in her hand, spins, up it goes, that one falls. To double digits go the Wolves in a 4-point lead at 10-6. Final 30 seconds here of the first quarter, and Leominster with the basketball. They can hold for just about the entirety of the quarter if they choose. The cutter was Caldwell, found by Pompey on the ground, but the ball comes loose, and Pribala ties up the action with Lemansky. And the alternate possession favors Leominster. Half a second differential, shot clock to game clock from what we can tell. Looking for an inbound long for Caldwell, chucks it to nobody in particular, and finds Pribala. Catch they play, 7 seconds here. Honig looks for the cutter, there's the flash. It's Lagarde with the lay-in, and that will conclude an opening 12-6 run for Nashoba here in the first quarter.
Nicely done right there to close out the quarter. Nice little weave, and catches that cutter in stride down the lane. Nice job right there by the Wolves. Close out that quarter.
An opening quarter, 12-6 for Nashoba. Doubles up Leominster through 1. Toss it back to RFM HQ. Kate Robbins standing by with those first quarter stats.
I certainly do have them right now. The Wolves as a team, 1 of 3 from the line. They have 4 different contributors on the offensive stat sheet in Lagarde, Quinn, Honig, and Toth. Leominster right now only has 1 basket from the field. It was a 3-point shot by Keenan. Bello with the only other point from the line for Leominster. Right now, Leominster's offense is, in a word, anemic.
Indeed they are, Kate. Thank you so much. And Bill Thomas, I mean, offensively, we knew this was the great question for Leominster. They're certainly doing the best they can on the defensive end of the action to try to make things more difficult for Nashoba, but they are struggling on the offensive end, the apparent cliche lid on the proverbial basket in the first quarter.
Yeah, and we wondered, if they were going to get the points they needed from Pompey, but it's been a quiet first quarter here. Bello with some foul shots, but definitely got to find a way to open up that basket.
Second quarter begins, Nashoba with the basketball. And they are going right to left. Honig, flash, baseline. That was Bandini, threw up the little sky hook, and it came up short of the mark. Caldwell finds Pompey. Jumper from the left wing will not go. Rebound comes down for Toth, and she is tied up by Marwa and Forsberg. Alternate possession favors Leominster.
Good job by the Lady Blue Devils getting their hands in there. Take it to her, that's the way.
And the drive to the lane, lay-in will go. 7:17 to play in the second, and it's 12-8.
Get the big girl backing up off balance a little bit. She can't station herself and get that block.
This is Quinn. Finds Cotter and then through to Honig. Just a minute gone by here in the second quarter. Toth looks for that cutter, it was Honig.
They've worked that twice to success, so I expect to see more of that, Todd.
First time though, Leominster cut through the lane and jammed it up. Now Honig goes left-hand shot wild, missed everything. Set up a Bandini three from the left side, got rim, and the long rebound is run down by Forsberg.
And what I know, Nashoba's running a second cutter down that lane too, and Blue Devils got to watch for that.
Quick steal for Quinn. Quinn blows by two Blue Devils and can't finish the lay-in, but draws the foul. 2 shots forthcoming. 6:31 to play here in the second quarter. 12-8 Nashoba's advantage.
You notice Quinn didn't hesitate to angle down the left side of the lane. I'm not sure if that's a strong side or not, but did a good job of positioning her body there to get to the basket, get herself to the free throw line. Shooting right-handed, so I'm saying that was her offhand. And when you see a high school kid not afraid to go both ways, that shows some confidence in their ball handling ability.
First one did not go. Quinn's second opportunity, got the front rim, tap loose ball, and Caldwell runs down the rebound. 12-8, that's where we are. 6:22 mark of the second quarter. Lemansky, dropping screen for Kelly. Kelly with the double dribble, sends it back. Something not quite right with the junior Nicole Kelly tonight. Bill Thomas doesn't have the same pizzazz that she normally does.
It could be a little under the weather, a little holiday hangover maybe. It's still early in the game though, Todd.
Indeed, and they need that spark.
They do.
The entry for Toth. Toth bounces it, finds Quinn. Quinn drive, jumper, front rim, no, battle for the rebound, and there's the tie-up. Alternate possession, they point toward
white ball, green ball.
Leominster, but it is alternate possession, belongs to Nashoba.
Yes. Officials repositioning themselves.
Indeed they are.
Balance their floor.
5:59 to play in the second. 4-point advantage for Nashoba. This is Quinn. Quinn with the casual dribble past Caldwell. Finds Cotter. Now the entry. Honig through the middle. Throws that one up wildly and misses everything. And Marwa's got an uncontested rebound on the left side.
Nice job, though, picking up that cutter that time and not giving that length to the basket. Blue Devils got to be aware of that the entire game. Don't fall asleep on that.
Caldwell, right corner. Lets the first 15 seconds come off the shot clock, and then Lemansky tries to flash and gets grabbed from behind. Third foul build on the Wolves in this first half. Honig will get a spell, and it's the first return to action, for Lagarde, who was in earlier. Pompey turns, scrapes glass, got the front rim, now to the baseline, out of play, and Leominster will keep the basketball. Coach Frederick sends Bello to the table for Lemansky.
Looks like a matchup swap here, both teams.
A straight box stack there off the break. Marwa from Kelly. Caldwell, the inbounder, now in the left corner. Drives left lane, push shot, got the rim, and down it goes.
That's the way to get the defense moving. Pull up, get it up there before they can come at you.
Leominster
nice
within 2 after surviving a 12-6 opening frame. Crossover, Quinn through the lane, nice hesitation, not able to get it off the side of the rim right. Loose ball run down there by Caldwell. And now Caldwell steps on the accelerator, drop back, find Pompey. Pompey tries to reverse, in motion, and the ball is picked. Pribola to the floor, and It is a traveling violation, and the ball will go back to Leominster.
I had a feeling, and the official hates calling that, but you can't roll around with the ball either. And, you know, that's one of the toughest calls in basketball. You're fighting for your heart. You get your hands on the ball, and you call for travel because you rolled over.
And you're in possession of the basketball while rolling. The driving kick for Kelly got knocked down, deflected into the backcourt, so Bello can go get it and bring it back over for Leominster. 20 to shoot at the 4:18 mark of the second quarter. Leominster chasing 2. Kelly, the bounce pass to Boulay. Boulay drives left, now reverse. Go into the right corner, find Kelly. Kelly for Bello. Bello in a triple team. Underhand scoop. Boulay, the jumper from the foul line, will not go. And the rebound comes down for Toth.
Yeah,
and then Toth gets tied up, and it will be a foul on the rebounding action, Billy.
Yeah, and that Bello action, you saw immediately the high defender drop down. Both low block defenders came out to her. Yeah, triple team that time, Todd. Spot on.
And if you get triple teamed, simple math would tell you that means there are at least 2 other people that are open.
But you got to find them first, and trying to pass out of an octopus is very hard.
Indeed it is. Back up floor. This is Honig. Honig circles back. Now they move over to the far side. Swing. This is Bandini. Down the lane kick finds Prabala. Jumper missed, but the rebound run down by Toth.
No shot clock reset, no rim.
Prabala, 10 to shoot. Screen for Honig. 3.5 to play, 5 to shoot. Honig creates some space, jumper for 3, got the front rim, Keenan the rebound, and immediately gets rid of it into the hands of Pompey.
Nice job defensively by the Blue Devils.
A 2-point game at 12-10, Nashoba's lead, 3:15 mark of the second quarter. Boulay tries the bounce entry, tie up, and the alternate possession favors Leominster.
I think I saw a suplex mixed in there, Todd. Lady Blue Devils doing a good job battling back here in the second quarter.
The lanes are clogged no matter which side of the floor you're on. Defense doing a good job filling in the middle of the floor. 3:08 and counting to play here in the second. Boulay, bounce pass, finds Kelly, streaking down the baseline, and the lay-in's good. And Leominster has come all the way back from down 12-6 to 12-all, and Nashoba has been frozen at 12-6, which was their first quarter score. Now it's Keenan on the steal, drives the lane, gets fouled on a blow to the head. Honig is in disbelief, but Keenan's going to the line to shoot 2.
Nice defense right there on that inbounds. Turn it into a turnover, a couple shots from the foul line. You're right, Todd. Lady Blue Devils done a great job bound back in the second quarter, putting the lid on the basket for the Wolves.
And now Coach Tina Seabury, before the free throws, spends a timeout, steadying the action at the 2:51 mark of the second quarter in a 12-all basketball game. Bring Kate back in from RFM HQ. And Kate, we see the numbers. They have turned in the direction of the Blue Devils here from the break in the first quarter, a very different team that's come out and played the first 6-ish minutes of this second quarter.
You're absolutely right about that. One of the things, as you noted, I was hoping that you would see it. No points right now for this Nashoba Wolves team in the second quarter. 12 points as a team in the first. Nothing right now in the second quarter. A couple of other notable items. Forsberg for Leominster, I believe, with 3 fouls. So that's probably why I don't think we've seen too much of her. But right now, Leominster's defense has been masterful in this second quarter. Update from Bolton. Halftime score in the boys matchup right now. Nashoba on top of Leominster, 22-14. Once again, that's out of Nashoba Regional in the boys varsity matchup. 22-14 at the half. Wolves on top of the Blue Devils.
All right, Kate, thank you so much. Great game going on out there tonight, and a fast-moving first half comparably, although we did get started a few minutes after the posted 7 o'clock start time as the junior varsity game ahead ran a little bit long.
Yeah, we have, but to tell you, limited number of fouls. Fishing are doing a good job keeping the game moving here. A couple of tie-ups along the way, but we're right on schedule, and I tell you, the Blue Devils are right on schedule, coming all the way back.
And now Keenan got the first and gives Leominster their first lead of the night. Second shot away, down it goes smooth, and Leominster's got a 14-12 advantage at the 2:51 mark of the second quarter and their first lead of the night. The inbound.
Showing
This
some
is
pressure.
Quinn. Yeah, Leominster does come with a little full court token pressure. Now over the midcourt. It's Quinn. Drop it to the foul line. Find Probella. Underhand for Bandini. Bandini inside out for Quinn. Quinn cross court, Honig. Head fake, drive, left block, float. Doesn't go off the side rim, and Kelly's got the rebound. And this is Kelly. Drop it off for Boulay at the 2:22 mark of the second quarter. Boulay back for Pompey. Pompey for Bello. Bello from the left elbow decides to dribble. Underhand for Keenan. Starts the drive. Gets hung up by Toth, and the foul is called.
Good job right there. Blue Devils showing a lot of patience, working the ball around. A lot of what we saw from the Wolves in the first quarter. Absence here on their offensive end in the second quarter, and Blue Devils taking advantage of it on their own end.
Pompey through Kelly and Keenan, gets it back. 3 away, right side was deflected, but Kelly runs down the rebound, and that's what Leominster needed. The turnaround shot for Bello doesn't go. Boulay tried the rebound, and now the battle on the baseline. Held ball called as Privola was trapped there along the baseline with 3 Blue Devils around. Alternate possession favors Nashoba.
Still no points in this quarter, 6 minutes. Nashoba scoreless, quarter number 2.
And that is going to be the note for Coach Tina Seabury. 12 points in the first quarter. Look like you're totally offensively in command of the basketball game. And now, through 6 minutes of the second quarter, your offense disappeared, and there is an over and back violation as the player never established herself in the front court. Coach Seabury is incensed over on the sideline.
She's coming over the court, but she didn't land. So she had not, you're right, Todd, she had not established herself in the front court.
1:45 to play, second quarter. This is Keenan, the bounce entry, got deflected, found its way to Bello. 97 seconds left in the second. 3 away from Keenan is a miss. Honig the rebound. She will outlet for Quinn.
Cutter again.
Yeah, I was going to say it's Bandini, and Bello, the second defender, comes in and grabs on, and the foul is whistled.
Looks like they could do that all night, Todd, if they showed enough patience. I'm sure that's something Coach Fruchter will emphasize at halftime in the locker room. Watch for that weave and that cutter down the right side of the lane.
Sophomore Bandini at the line. 1-and-1, that one will not go. Nashoba in the bonus the rest of the way. The final 1:12 before halftime. Keenan back for Bello. 15 to shoot.
There's the play right there. Oh, they didn't get it in time.
Caldwell now does go with the entry for Bello. Tried the step around, kick back Kelly, saw the double team. Kelly got it on the rim. It was deflected and out of play. It will be Nashoba basketball, 51 5/10 left before halftime.
As soon as you force that switch rub off, you got to be ready to lob that high lob in, because that switch is going to give you about a 1 foot height advantage, but it goes away real quick, Todd. Blue Devils have it, they just aren't quick enough with the trigger to complete it.
Kate Robbins standing by at the half. She'll have an update from Bolton if available. Additionally, first half stats on this one. About a 15-second differential, and then the turnover. Pompey down floor on Honig, and a little hook shot will go.
Good control right there, didn't really force it. Let the defense kind of lay off for a little bit. Nice little lob hook.
Leominster, a 16-12 advantage. Shot clock off. Nashoba with the basketball in 15 seconds before halftime. The foul line drive. Privola back. Finds Honig. Head fake. Drive. Right side of the lane. Deflected basketball out of play. Officials will converse. Looks like it's Nashoba basketball. And the signal will stay here.
Good job, officials getting together, having a little chit-chat.
Confirming they saw what they thought they saw on the play. 8 3/10 left before halftime. Nashoba with the basketball. Inbound, it's Quinn. Quinn into a double team. Has to circle back Privola. Privola turnaround, working on Bello. Bounce back. Quinn at the buzzer is short of the mark. Halftime score. Leominster on top of Nashoba, 16-12, and the headline will be Nashoba fails to score in the second quarter. They were leading 12-6 at the end of one, and then the offense disappeared in the second.
Yeah, and that's a headline that should be written in bold, Todd. Nashoba's been scoring at will pretty much here early season, but let's give Rusty Frederick's crew some credit, the way they played defense and taking advantage of what was there. They got burned by that weave and that cut a couple of times. I think they did some on-court adjustments with that to try to pick up that cutter, but great job defensively by the Lady Blue Devils in that second quarter.
Halftime from the gym at Leominster High School on a frosty night here in Leominster. It's Leominster 16 and Nashoba 12. We step aside when we continue. Kate Robbins will be back. First half stats and scores from around the region. Stay with us. This is high school basketball right here on RFM.
LTV Action Sports is brought to you in part through the generous support of these Leominster sponsors. MP Crowley Company Incorporated, www.mpcrowleyinc.com.
Halftime here inside the gym at Leominster High School. Leominster on top of Nashoba by a 16-12 margin after trailing 12-6 at the end of quarter number one. A 10-point second quarter for the Blue Devils brings them into the lead and into command in a first half, at least first quarter, that they did not play particularly well. But they've got themselves a 16-12 lead on the back of a phenomenal second quarter of action. Todd Robbins and Bill Thomas with you here from our courtside broadcast position, and great to have you along with us here on a Friday night as you get your weekend started here on RFM and with our partners at Leominster TV in delay as well. Kate Robbins is standing by back at RFM HQ, and Kate, you've got first half stats.
I most decidedly do. All right, let's take a look at the Wolves side of the ball. First team totals 10 rebounds, 3 steals, 8 turnovers for the Wolves. Right now, they are only 1 of 6 from the line as a team. They had that 6-point lead after the first quarter. They are now down by 4, which means no scoring for the Wolves in the second quarter. People that do have points all coming in the first quarter. Lagarde has 2, Quinn has 2, Honig has 4, Toth has 4 as well. For the Blue Devils side of the ball, team totals 12 rebounds, 2 steals, 12 rebounds, 2 steals, 9 turnovers. They are 3 of 4 from the line as a team. Bello has 1 point, Caldwell with 2, Keenan with 5, Kelly with 2, and Pompey with a team high 6 first half points for the Lady Blue Devils. Right now, Forsberg for Leominster is in foul trouble with 3 fouls, and I believe on the opposite side of the ball, Toth is the high foul getter with 2. So nobody really in foul trouble for Nashoba, and the only one to keep an eye on is Forsberg for Leominster.
All right, Kate, thank you so much. Still that same halftime score so far as we know from Bolton on the boys' side of this matchup as well, where Nashoba was on top at the half, correct?
Yes, I have a 22-14 Nashoba lead at the half on top of Leominster on the boys' side. I also have a score coming in from the stream out at the Grutchfields Fieldhouse in Fitchburg. The Fitchburg boys are playing the Shrewsbury Colonials tonight right now. Second quarter action, the Red Raiders on top of the Colonials 31-23. I also have the stream of the girls' game out at Shrewsbury. The only problem, no scoreboard on the screen. So I've got the stream, but I can't tell you what's going on.
That's, Athletic Director Jay Costa's got about 8 channels he's able to run up there as well.
I know.
He's got a plethora to play with.
There's 3:53 left in whatever quarter they're in, and there's 35 seconds on the shot clock because they have the over-the-basket shot clocks at the Fieldhouse in Shrewsbury. But I've got no on-screen score.
Oh, an unfortunate development there as well. Kate, I'll give you first crack at this before I bring Bill Thomas back in. 12-6 at the end of one, 16-12 Leominster at the half. What changed for the Blue Devils?
Well, their defense has been fairly prolific, as it were. We saw them in one other game earlier this year, and defense has kind of been the name of the game. And so you can see them, the Blue Devils, that is relying on that defense. Their defense was knock down, drag out in that second quarter. Their offense continues to be fairly anemic at the varsity level, having only 16 points at the half. That's not tremendous, but their defense has been so good. Not only has it kept them in the game, but it's been good enough to have a 10-point swing and bring them from down 6 to up 4 at the half. If they're going to rely on their defense and their offense is going to continue to be anemic, they're going to have to continue to play physical. They're not going to be able to have anybody get into foul trouble because they're going to have to shut down this Nashoba offense. They did it in the second quarter, but they've got one full half of basketball left to prove it.
Indeed they do. And Kate, thank you so much. Back at RFM HQ tonight, second half action. Away we go here inside the gym. 16-12 Leominster on top, and with the basketball going right to left with the home white over white trimmed in royal blue and white, and the running devil over the L on either side of the shorts, and it's a traveling violation. Pivot foot comes up for Bello, and it's an opening turnover for Leominster.
Yeah, I have to say Kate was spot on. Blue Devils playing that lockdown defense in that first half, but offensive struggles still to rearing their ugly head, right on their average. It looks like they're headed towards the mid-30s, but this defense is really what's keeping them in the game.
And I'm sure Coach Rusty Frederick would tell you he wants to have a defense-first basketball team, but unfortunately, those are not the stats that win games on the scoreboard. Ball back to Leominster, and here comes Pompey. Pompey with the right-hand dribble, stops at the right block when she runs into Cotter. Reverse back, find Keenan. And now Keenan, the bounce in the lane, caught the back of the leg of Cotter, who unwittingly played some phenomenal defense with her lower body. It's Honig with the drive in a double team, draws contact. And DeVita's going to the line to shoot two.
Trying to see who took the brunt of that there. It looked like 14, I think, is going to get billed. Yep, and that's going
Nicole
to
Kelly.
be Kelly's third.
And so for Leominster, a couple of key players in their lineup. Forsberg certainly has been down with what Kate believes is 3. And then Kelly now picks up her third. Coach Fredericks.
First points that the Wolves have scored in over 9 minutes.
Yeah, first point since the first quarter of action. And Honig body Englishes that one home as well. She'll play at the next level on her way to Union College to play in the years ahead. 16-14 Leominster on top of Nashoba. 6:38 to play here in the third. Keenan's 3, long of the mark. Kelly kept it alive on the end line, but into the hands of Honig. And then the cross-court skip giveaway.
That's the effort right there.
Keenan, Caldwell, jumper, missed. Pompey crashes the rebound. Unsettled situation, and Kelly has just picked up her 4th on the rebounding action.
Unfortunate turn of events there, but good defense right there, creating that turnover. Just couldn't find a way to the basket with it.
And now Forsberg will quickly come off the bench and head in for Kelly. And Kelly was in a bit of disbelief, but Bill Thomas, when you hook the arm of the other player you're competing against and pull them to the floor,
down, yeah.
That's a foul every time. You can call that one from home.
Whether you got the ball in there or not, you're right. She's going to spend some extended time on the bench now, Todd, probably at least the rest of this quarter.
Agreed. Honig, driving kick, back for Bandini. Ball comes open to Quinn. 3 from straight away, and she buries it.
Well, whatever they talked about at halftime, it worked.
An opening 5-0 run to the third quarter for Nashoba. Bello, head fake, back. Finds Keenan. Now the screen from Bello. Keenan caught in the right corner. Reverse, Pompey. Pompey goes cross court. Quinn enough to bother the lane. Lost out of bounds off Caldwell, and back to Nashoba goes the basketball.
Good job by Quinn there, getting in the middle of that action.
Nashoba on top, 17-16 at the 5:35 mark here in the third. Honig dribbles left. Now the left side drive. Reversed hands, tried the scoop. Caught the underside of the rim, and Forsberg's got the rebound. Forsberg, drive, kick back, Pompey, and they almost collide. Pompey with the nifty baseline pass, out for Keenan. A three does not roll, and the rebound for Toth. You talk about Leominster being on their average, Bill Thomas. 30 points in a win against Quabbin, 27 points in a win against Algonquin, and it's a three that falls for Nashoba, and all of a sudden, their lead has ballooned. It's 20-16. Here's one of those runs again.
And a
Leominster go with them.
Complete swing of momentum from the second quarter to third quarter, Todd.
Pompey, baseline step, and the lay-in is good.
Needed that one right there, break the ice.
An 8-2 second quarter opening run. That's third quarter, excuse me, second half. The Honig drive down the left side of the lane. Stripped from behind was Honig, and the loose ball finds Keenan. Keenan, left-hand dribble, drop it off, find Forsberg. Back to straightaway. Finds Pompey, the drive to the basket, draws contact from Cotter. And to the line goes Pompey.
Good job, good aggressiveness right there. See who they built for the foul. It's going to be on 21. Cotter first.
Pompey can't get the first one to fall. Pompey, a 10.5 point per game average through Leominster's 5 games coming into tonight. 20 made shots from the field and 4 3-pointers. Gives her a total of 53 points entering the night. Been a little quieter than her average tonight. As that one will not go, a horn goes off. Bello, unbothered, gets the lay-in and ties the basketball game at 20.
Sounds like Mike was trying to make a substitution over there.
With nobody at the table. Halfway through this third quarter, tied at 20. Triple threat position, it was Quinn. Quinn, cross, no look, finds Cotter. Cotter now circles for Bandini. Bandini caught right back to Cotter, and Coach Seabury calls out some instruction, and then the push on the drive. Pompey is going to get billed with that one at the 3:44 mark here in the third.
I think they got Mawa with that, Todd.
Oh, they did. Listed as her first.
Yeah,
that's a benefit, as she had to have been the second defender that slid over.
That's why I was double checking on that, Todd. But yeah, they got Mawa for that one.
Cotter finds Quinn. Quinn the driving kick, finds Pribula, can't finish the lay-in, and Caldwell gets fouled on the rebounding action.
Nice no-look pass on that drive, though, by Quinn. Just unable to convert.
3:38 to play here in the third, 20 all.
Not sure I've seen another lady point guard sees the floor as well as she does. Running the point for the Nashoba Wolves.
Dribble up 4, it's Caldwell for Marois. And they play catch at the top of the arc. Now dribbling in the corner, Caldwell. Tried to reverse, covered, so it's Bello. Bello in amongst the green.
Immediately.
Gets it out for Caldwell, creates some space. Now a double team, and the shot won't fall for Bello. And a nice job by Bandini. She knew she wasn't in good guarding position, but she just went straight up. Then here's the giveaway, right back to Leominster off the turnover. Pompey, long two, missed, crashed, got her own rebound, shot up, draws the foul, and Quinn stands mouth agape on the left block, but to the line goes Pompey, shooting 2.
Yeah, Quinn never got settled. Play hands-up defense is one thing, but you can't shuffle your feet into the line of the opposing player. That's exactly what you got billed for, got the block there.
And Pompey at the line, 2-shot opportunity here. First one will not roll. Upcoming action here on RFM. More girls basketball coming up this Tuesday. It's January the 10th. Central Mass rivalry, Wachusett, the beast of North Central Mass girls basketball year in and year out. Here at the gym, 6:45, we're on the air with the live stream. More action and play-by-play follows with Leominster and Wachusett Tuesday night at 7.
And if you're not familiar with Wachusett, there'll be a steady dose of Mary Gibbons.
Indeed there will be. Continues to lead all scorers in Central Mass.
I think she's averaging over 20 early season.
Through 6 games, 16.8.
16-8. Definitely a leader of that squad.
No doubt. Quinn lost the handle on the ball to the floor, tied up, alternate possession goes the way of Nashoba. And Coach Seabury grins a little, wanted a foul call that didn't come. 2:26 to play here in the third. Leominster's lead is a single digit. Lagarde inbounds for Quinn. Quinn, reverse back, fine Honig. Honig waits for space, drive the lane, through everybody, and the lay-in is good.
Blue Devils defense looking for that cutter that time, never came. Ended up taking advantage of the upside of the lane where Lady Blue Devils vacated.
Caldwell keeps the dribble alive when she falls to one knee and able to keep it going so she can get herself back to 2 feet on the floor. This is Bello for Marois through Forsberg and into the corner Pompey. 1:55 to play here in the third. Pompey goes long side of the floor, find Caldwell. 10 to shoot now. Entry pass Pompey got bumped, and Toth is going to get whistled for the foul.
Nice job. Blue Devils trying to run that same weave and down the lane with that entry pass. Nashoba doing a good job of pushing him a little bit further out, but got billed for the foul there.
Toth will grab a seat with her third foul for the 1:47 that remains here in the third. Forsberg, bounce, finds Bello, and Bello walked with it, and she knew it.
And that's totally on Quinn right there. She stepped into the weak side, got in Bello's way, caused her to continue that spin. Nice job, but that's that third man in on defense. Every time Bello gets her hands on the ball, she's looking at six arms, 6 legs, blocking her way out.
Final 98 seconds here of the third quarter. This is Honig. Honig gets a screen. Now the roll-off finds Pribala off a foot and out of play. They say it was off of Leominster. Nashoba will keep the basketball, 25 to shoot. 1:31 left here in the third. Bandini inbound. Quinn taken out by Caldwell. The foul is on the floor, and Quinn slow to get up, but gets a little help back to her feet.
That was a hard fall right there. It looked like her, she might have hit a wet spot there or something, but a little extra body action kind of got her feet moving out from under her. It's only going to be just an on-the-floor foul at this point, as bad as it looked.
Both ankles are heavily taped to begin with, but she is able to walk it off. Nashoba the 22-21 lead at the 1:20 mark here with the third. Honig for Lagarde.
Running that weave.
Reverse back for Honig. Honig's got some space from Forsberg. Underhand for Pribala. Drive the lane. Kick back Lagarde. Lagarde drive left side. Honig wide open 3. Left side buries.
Nice job. Good reversal of the ball right there. Kept attacking that lane, pulling the defense in, found that open 3.
Under a minute to play here in the third. 25-21 Nashoba on top of Leominster, as they have battled back with a great third quarter. The drive does not go, and an immediate tie-up. Lemansky caught with Bandini, and the arrow favors Leominster. There will be a 4-second differential, almost 5, 39 6/10 left here in the third quarter and 35 to shoot once the ball gets inbound. Cotter will spell Honig, a little offense for defense maneuver here for Coach Seabury. This is Pompey. Pompey, the bounce entry. Finds Marois. Right back to Pompey. Into double team. Contact, shot, wild, hard off glass. Rebound down. Lemansky caught an elbow. No call, and Pribala the rebound. 20 seconds left here in the third. Shot clock off. Coach Seabury calls out a play. The entry for Quinn. Bandini into double coverage, finds Pribala, tied up by Marois, and the arrow goes the way of Nashoba.
Good anticipation by Marois there. Watching that weave, once again, I'm sure that's something they talk about at halftime. Stay with the girl, pick her up at the low blocks.
Wolves basketball, 9.5 to play here in the third. Quinn, 6 seconds now. Jumper, Pribala, good at. Leominster's got a shot. Marois goes three-quarter court heave. She caught the steal at the roof, and that will end the third. 3 quarters in the books from the gym at Leominster High School. It's Nashoba 27 and Leominster 21. And another quarter that looks very different than the last. Kate Robbins will jump in here first and give us a look by the numbers, Kate. Through 3 quarters, it's 27-21 Nashoba, but more importantly, this is a Nashoba team that scored 12 in the first quarter, 0 in the second, and a whole bunch more in the third.
Well, the difference maker here in the third quarter is Honig. She had 2 baskets from the field, one of which was for 3, and she was 2 for 2. 2 of 2 from the line just in the third quarter alone. So right now she has a team high 7 points for the Wolves. So that has been the difference maker. Again, if Leominster's defense cannot be knockdown, drag out, shut down defense, their offense has not been prolific enough to make it up. So right now, because they've been having to rely so heavily on that defense, they're leaving very little room for error. And right now, Justin Honig alone, she's been able to be the difference maker, not only keep Nashoba in this game, but put them back on top with just 1 quarter to go.
All right, Kate, thank you so much. Kate will be back with us throughout the fourth quarter and into our post-game coverage. Coming up at the conclusion of this one, Coach Rusty Frederick will join us here at our courtside broadcast position to talk this one over, preview action ahead as well, and Kate will have our final stat wrap-up. Once we conclude, just because the game ends doesn't mean the broadcast does. We're with you for a full post-game after this one. Keenan, lane for Bello. Bello's lay-in missed. Kelly put back, also missed. And the rebound for Bandini.
Good job right there on the offensive board, just not able to convert. A couple of good looks.
Bandini gets the ball as it circles to her for 3, does not go, but Pompey the rebound, 30 seconds into the fourth. 27-21 Nashoba, and Leominster badly needing a basket. Keenan in the corner. Now Caldwell. Caldwell will step back off the arc. Go to Keenan and bullet through the hands of Bello and right into the waiting hands of Cotter.
Yeah, a little hot right there. Just could not grasp that pass.
Toth back to Honig. Into the corner. Head fake. Cotter will jab step, then takes the 3. Front rim no. And the rebound down for Kelly.
Kelly playing with 4 fouls, I believe, Todd.
She is.
Use them up.
Can't take them with you. The screen for Bello. Rolls open into a double team. Wow. Draws the contact. Shot missed, and Bello's got 2 coming up, and I think that whistle helped her out.
I do too. Nice little 2-man game, though. Right idea. Bello a little out of control, but gets herself a trip to the foul line.
Crowd awfully quiet, polite there as Bello hits the first.
Unlike some crowds we've seen here in the past.
Not traditionally a quiet bunch, to say the least. Second away, that one hard in and out, and Honig's got a rebound. 6:38 to play here in the fourth. Honig with the basketball for the Wolves, and they are up 5 at 27-22. Honig's drive, left hand, draws contact. See if they get that one in the act of shooting or if they've got it on the floor. Pompey gets billed for the block, and it was Honig fouled in the act of shooting. She'll go to the line for a pair. 6:28 to play in the fourth. Fouls at 5 aside. Honig's first will go down. 2-possession lead at 28-22. Possession arrow on a tie-up would go the way of Leominster. Honig front rim short, and the deflection to Caldwell. And Leominster on the break. Here comes Caldwell. Drop it off for Pompey. Pompey corner Caldwell. Caldwell square to the hole. Drops it for Bello. Back out, finds Caldwell. 3, hard rebound, and Bandini gets tied up by Caldwell, who charged in on the long rebound.
Kelly out on the weak side there, looking for the pass. Wide open. Not sure what's happening.
The alternate possession showed Leominster, and the officials are saying no, that it will go the way of Nashoba. So the arrow will stay with Leominster. 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth, 28-22. Quinn on the touch, through Cotter to Honig. 3 away, back rim, no. Rebound gets pulled down by Pompey. Up floor for Bello. Bello in open space. Honig the strip. Tried to buy it off the leg, unsuccessful.
Nice job on defense there, though. Saves a basket and gets her team back on defense.
Forsberg checks back in for Kelly and gets the inbound. Sends it back to the top of the key for Keenan. Keenan waits for Pompey to come inbound. Pompey, the little drop pass. Forsberg sees Keenan open in the left corner. Leominster's passes with authority here, 17 to shoot. Bello sets up a Caldwell mid-range, does not go, and Honig's got another rebound. 28-22, Nashoba on top at the 5:18 mark of the fourth quarter. Into the corner. Deflection by Caldwell into the hands of Coach Seabury. It will be Nashoba basketball, and Coach Seabury will spend a timeout. 5:09 to play here in the fourth. It's Nashoba 28 and Leominster 22, and Bill Thomas trying to make some sense of all of this for me.
Well, I just call it a swing of momentum, Todd, but I think Nashoba came out at halftime, found a way to clamp down on the Lady Blue Devils there in that third quarter, and it's continued into this fourth quarter. And, we said Leominster had to find a way to make its way to 30. If they can, I think they still got a chance in this game, but they're struggling right now, Todd, and nothing's working for them, but they got to find a way to get a couple of baskets here. And defense is not letting them down tonight, but their offense is definitely in question.
Way to artificially lower that number, by the way. We were looking for 40 pregame.
Well, I said they needed 40, but the way they've been playing defense, I've lowered my expectations because they've definitely stepped up on the defensive end of things. But 35 might do it, but I don't see them reaching 40. But they got to step up the defense, and they got to play ball on both ends of the court. That's all there is to it.
Both teams come out of the timeouts here. 5:09 to play in the fourth. Coach Frederick was frantically working with the whiteboard. See what he comes up with here. Be a defensive alignment he looks to create. As Nashoba will have the inbound in front of their own bench by Cotter. Cotter for Quinn. 18 to shoot. Kick back Honig. Then for Quinn. Quinn to straight away. Drop to the elbow. First touch for Dingian into the basketball game. Finds Pribula. Shot does not go. Pribula's second putback was deflected. Now the battle to the floor. It is a held ball. And this time the arrow agrees with the official. It is, in fact, Leominster basketball.
You mean the official agrees with the arrow this time?
One or the other. 4:50 to play in the fourth. And here comes Leominster with the basketball, chasing 6. Forsberg finds Bello coming around middle of the floor. Bello open in the lane is good.
Good look right there. Same thing we saw from Nashoba. But Leominster using it to their advantage right there.
A 4-point game. 4:27 and counting to play here in the fourth. It's Quinn. Back for Pribula. Drops it off back to Quinn. Quinn now a little jump stop, got bumped, and it's a foul on the floor.
It's like this one's going against Boulay.
They have not put it up on the board as of yet, but it is a foul on the floor. It's just the 6th called against Leominster. Nashoba will shoot the rest of the way.
We'll give that to Boulay. And they did.
And they gunned that one to the front row. Toth thought Quinn was going to zig. She zagged, and the ball gets thrown out. Halfway through this fourth quarter, the last of regulation, and Leominster chasing 4 at 28-24. Forsberg looked a little stuck, decided to dribble, dropped it off for Bello. 3:55 and counting to play here in the fourth. Coach Frederick says plenty of time, 10 to shoot, now 7. Bello from straight away, now 4 to shoot. Pompey takes that one on the shot clock buzzer. Got the front rim, but the rebound goes the way of the Wolves.
Yeah, not the shot they were looking for after using up all that clock. Got a little impatient there at the end.
3.5 to play here in the fourth. Quinn flashes down the lane with Boulay in hot pursuit. They drop it off now for Honig. Honig back for Pribola.
Look for that play going the other way now, Todd.
Corner for Dinjian.
Setting that high stack.
And Honig to straight away. The cutter, Quinn, baseline, reverse. The shot almost goes with acrobatics, but it will come with a foul, and 2 shots coming up for Quinn.
You know, you can see that set play. Something was coming there. Double high stack. That cutter on the baseline. Good job with that interior pass. Gets herself to the foul line. That's the kind of thing you drop on the bulletin board during practice, and if it works, you're like, that's how you're supposed to do it.
And the first one will go down for Quinn. 3:08 to play, fourth quarter, 29-24. Nashoba's lead is 5 once again.
That foul was Boulay's second, I believe, Todd.
That's what they're showing inside the board tonight. And that one will go down as well. Quinn 2 of 2 on the trip. Sends Nashoba over the 30 mark. It's 30-24. And full court pressure off the make. And Boulay draws the foul. They had one to give, just the 6th called against Nashoba, but it is the 3rd against Quinn.
Something we want to watch out for here as the game winds down. Probably the person Nashoba could least afford to lose.
3 minutes flat left here in the fourth. Cross court. Caldwell, entry. Find Bello. Bello inside out, finds Forsberg. Forsberg, jumper, and that one will go for a long 2.
Big basket right there.
The board is showing 27, but the officials ruled that a 2. They correct it to 30-26. Quinn, behind the back, drop back, find Honig. Honig, left slash, kick, Toth, 3 left side, high rebound, and Bello wins the jump. Bello, up floor, find Caldwell. Forsberg, back to Boulay. 3 wide open left side, will not go, and Bello's got the rebound. Second shot opportunity for Leominster on this possession. 2:12 and counting to play here in the fourth, and Leominster chasing 4. This is Boulay with a bounce entry, find Bello. Bello into the quad team there, finds the cutter. It's Caldwell, shot up for Bello. It hung on the rim and it wouldn't fall. Under 2 minutes to play in the fourth.
Fantastic ball movement there by the Blue Devils, just unable to convert.
Discipline and timing right now for Coach Seabury's squad. And there's Cotter, who got open underneath with the pretty reverse.
Baseline, using it to her advantage. Heads up basketball right there by the Nashoba Wolves.
And Coach Rusty Frederick will stop the clock.
Twice. He doesn't want to see that again.
1:33 to play in the fourth quarter, 32-26. Wolves on top of Blue Devils here inside the gym at Leominster High School tonight. Kate, how about a quick reset? Where are we with stats to this point in regulation?
At this point, obviously, this one is getting very, very close. I'm looking at something equally as interesting, so I wanted to take the opportunity to talk about this. At the end of the third quarter in Bolton in the boys matchup, Nashoba was up 41-28. They had a 13-point lead going into the fourth quarter. I just got the update just a moment ago. Heading to overtime, tied at 47. So a 6-point fourth quarter for the boys of Nashoba. Leominster's defense doing a nice job and getting rid of that 13-point deficit on top of that. So that means that Leominster scored 19 fourth quarter points to bring that one to overtime.
Huge moment there for Leominster's boys. Kate, thank you so much. We'll be back with them next Friday. Of course, a busy week. It's a 3-game week next week, and it's a 2-for-1 on Friday night. We've got Leominster and Wachusett girls on Tuesday here at the gym at Leominster High School, and then the Fitchburg-Leominster doubleheader coming up next Friday here inside the gym at Leominster High School. Lots of excitement, busy week, a lot of basketball to come. It's going to be an exciting week here on RFM and with our partners at Leominster TV in Delay as well. Out of the timeout here, and away we go. See what Coach Frederick drew up in the timeout.
Minute and a half to go, chasing 2 scores here.
And there's Pompey. She came open and the lay-in is good. And the quick timeout immediately spent by Coach Frederick to stop the clock. 1:21 left in regulation.
And good job by Coach Fredericks here. Set up some defensive pressure off of this inbounds. Let the girls get set.
32-28 Nashoba on top of Leominster.
Pretty much what we expected, Todd.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And the runs in those first and third quarter are really what is backing Nashoba to this point. A 12-6 opening run in the first quarter, but then a scoreless second quarter for Nashoba, where Leominster comes vaunting all the way back, leads 16-12 at the half, and then you come into the third quarter and Nashoba came back out of halftime with fire, and they're trying to cling to that lead they established in the third.
Yeah, flip the script. We saw some extra set plays there, some different plays that Nashoba started running. Especially that baseline after off that high stack, ran that with great success, 2 plays in a row. Leominster has to watch for that, especially if they're going to extend the defense out and play pressure defense if the ball's out at the top of the key. You got to watch that baseline. We'll have to see if Nashoba tries to take advantage of that.
Both teams shoot the rest of the way. 7 fouls against Leominster to this point, 6 against Nashoba. 1:21 to play here in the fourth. 32-28 Nashoba's lead in the alternate possession would go the way of the Wolves on a tie-up. Leominster's full court pressure kind of collapsed back to the timeline and broke now into the front court. This is Toth. Toth cross court find Quinn. 1:07 to play in the fourth. Quinn back, Keenan steps in the passing lane and opens things back up. This is Kelly. Kelly back for Caldwell. Under a minute to play here in the fourth, and Leominster chasing 4. The entry, Pompey backs down, caught her. Turnaround shot will not go. Kelly rebound, missed as well. Battle again for the rebound. It's Toth looking to bounce it out. Finds Honig, who comes cross court to safety, and Quinn.
2 good looks, too.
And then the foul immediately given there as it was coming across the timeline. Caldwell has to reach in to stop the clock.
2 good looks by the Blue Devils, just couldn't convert, but nice job working the ball inside. We'll have to see if they can stem the tide here at the foul line.
Can't help but have the feeling that flurry of 3 missed shots, all good looks, are something Leominster had to have.
And going back a previous possession, I think they had 3 good looks too, Todd, and couldn't get the rock home.
Quinn hits the front end of the 1-and-1.
Big right there.
33-28. 42 6/10 seconds left in regulation.
Still a 2-possession game, but it's going to make it infinitely harder with this one.
And Quinn, ice in her veins, hits both. 34-28 Nashoba. Here comes Caldwell. Leominster's going to need to move quickly here. But a 8-second differential, shot clock to game clock. Pompey's 3 is short of the mark. Caldwell kept it alive, going across the baseline to Bello. Bello gets fouled. She's going to the line to shoot 2. 26 1/10 left in regulation.
Heads up right there. Bello finding her way to the ball. See if she can't convert here from the line. Make this a 1-possession game.
And Bello stands at the line. Leominster chasing a 34-28 Nashoba lead.
And I'm going to eat those words because even if she does convert both of these, it's not going to be a 1-possession game.
That one will not go too strong.
I'll correct myself. Even if she made them both, still a 4-point game. But Blue Devils got to play hard right here, right to the whistle.
Bellows second. Open. Honig will hold the ball, and she's just going to wait. Cover up in the corner. Draws the foul, and she's going down to shoot 2. 22 1/10 left in regulation. 34-28 Nashoba's lead. An opportunity for Davida Honig to seal this one.
That foul's going against Pompey. Be her second. I tell you, Kelly doing a good job playing with 4 fouls out there here in this fourth quarter. Staying aggressive.
Stay with us post-game. Coming up the conclusion of this one, Coach Rusty Frederick joins us at our courtside broadcast position. And Kate's got your complete recap of this one statistically. Honig hits the first and can put it out of reach with the second. And Coach Frederick says, let's spend the time out.
He's laughing with the Nashoba coach a little bit. He's like, I want to talk about this. I mean, they're having fun tonight. Both coaches, doing a great job with their respective squads, getting everything they can out of them.
Coming up on Tuesday, January the 10th, Wachusett, the opposition for this Leominster girls team, right back here at the gym at Leominster High School and right here streaming on RFM. 6:45, we're on the air to set the scene. 7 o'clock tip-off for Leominster and Wachusett, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch here on RFM. And in delay with our partners at Leominster TV, Bradley Bedard, high above the gym at Leominster High School tonight, bringing you this one in delay. Hope you're enjoying this one wherever you're streaming in or watching via cable over the air as well. Great to have you along with us. Todd Robbins, Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins back at RFM HQ. 22 and 1/10 left here in the fourth. 35-28. Nashoba's lead. Honig at the line with 1 to go. Fouls 9-7 called against Leominster, so the next foul against Nashoba is a 2-shot guarantee. The alternate possession goes the way of Nashoba as well. For Leominster to do this, Bill Thomas, they need some help, and they need it to go right very quickly.
And they need it right away, and Nashoba's done a good job hitting their foul shots down the stretch here.
Second one won't go for Honig. Rebound for Bello. For Caldwell. Caldwell for Keenan. Loads up a 3. Right side is off the mark. Deflected, looked like off of Pompey, but it's ruled off of Honig and out of bounds. And Leominster keeps the basketball. Shot clock off. 14 and 7/10 left. Caldwell. Pompey. Inbound 3. Rattles around and down. And Leominster within 4 at 35-31 will spend the timeout to stop the clock with 8 and 4/10 left here in the fourth. But is it a question of too little, too late? 4 points has been that distance that Leominster has not been able to eclipse since giving up the lead in the second half.
You know, Coach Frederick's trying to set up that inbound steal, quick steal. I'm not sure where he is with timeouts, but you get to set your defense up on this inbounds, maybe a quick steal and 2. It's only a 2-possession game, but this has got to happen in a hurry. The one thing about that timeout does is it saves time on the clock. That running clock and out of bounds, that pretty much ends the game. So nice job by Coach Fredericks.
We've got 1 timeout left by our tally for Leominster. Plenty for Nashoba.
That's all he needs.
3. And Kate, quickly here while we've got to stop in the action, what stands out to you?
Out to me is the boys game in Bolton going to double OT, tied at 54.
You might have to do a drive-by, Kate.
What a night.
Not going to happen.
What a night indeed out there in Nashoba. So Nashoba and Leominster on the boys' side of things out at the gym at Nashoba Regional, tied at the end of overtime, heading to double overtime. And the inbound for Toth, foul immediately given, a 2-shot foul on the 10th, called against Leominster.
Shooting 2.
35-31. Nashoba's lead is 4. 6 and 9/10 left here in the fourth. Toth is at the line with a guaranteed 2 shots.
Leominster is going to need a hurry-up 3 here to have any hope.
That one does not go. And Coach Frederick switching some defense-offense situations here. Gets his bigger rebounders in there. Bello now on the low left block. Forsberg 1 up from her. They'll double up on Bandini on the shot. That one doesn't go. Open-ended here. Pompey the rebound. 4 seconds. Now 3. Passes back, and the clock is going to essentially expire. 8/10 left here in the fourth quarter, and Pompey came over the timeline. Tried to go reverse back to somebody following along. Nobody there. Honig will inbound to Quinn, and this one's over. 35-31. Nashoba still undefeated in the early part of this 2022-2023 season with a 35-31 win for Coach Seabury's Wolves over Coach Frederick's Blue Devils at the gym tonight.
Lady Blue Devils put up a heck of a fight there right down to the end, battling, using those timeouts, but just couldn't tip the scales there in that last 30 seconds. Never give up attitude, though. Coach Fredericks and his team have nothing to be ashamed of tonight. They fought hard, just couldn't close it out at the end.
35-31, Nashoba a winner over Leominster tonight. I want to thank those of you joining us in delay on the channels of Leominster TV. I want to thank Bradley Bedard for his hard work tonight to bring you this one in delay on Leominster TV as well. For Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins, I am Todd Robbins saying so long to those of you joining us in delay on Leominster TV. For those of you streaming live with us here tonight on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch, 35-31, Nashoba tops Leominster. Nashoba is 4-0. Leominster falls to 3-3. Coming up, Coach Rusty Frederick joins us live courtside here on RFM, and Kate's complete stats for this one, a Nashoba win over Leominster, 35-31. Stay with us, more to come. Coach Fredericks and more from the gym at Leominster High School. This is high school basketball right here on RFM.
LTV Action Sports is brought to you in part through the generous support of these Leominster sponsors. MP Crowley Company Incorporated, www.mpcrowleyinc.com.